And I went phase rush here because I don't know how to use spellbook properly, and first strike didn't make sense here.
Yeah, okay. To be honest, I should make a video on spellbook because like so many people
Yeah.
ask me about that. But I'll just like write. So this is, are you versus Brand? I think you are, right? Right, versus
Yep.
Brand. So there's like, so spellbook. There's kind of like two parts of spellbook. The first part
Mhm.
is just the fact that you get an extra sum at like 6 minutes. So
Yep.
the 6 minute summoner is like really useful for a couple things. Like one, if you haven't taken TP, you can swap to TP at 6, and that
Yep.
just like gives you like a free base basically.
Okay.
Another thing you can do is if you're in if you're in like a lane, I guess it just like you can kind of think of it as it like gives you a tool to like solve something. Like it can give you
Yep.
like cleanse versus Lysandra ult at like level 6, or it can
Yeah.
give you like, you know,
Like a
exhaust
mouse.
versus
Like,
like ZR.
can you cleanse Malzahar?
No, you can't,
No.
unfortunately. But yeah, so like the 6 minute summoner is just like really good when you want TP and you want something else.
Yep.
And it kind of just like allows you to survive that. The second way to use spellbook, which
Maybe.
is like every spell past 6 minutes, is just to like make sure you have like a combat sum every fight.
Yep.
So pretty much what I do is like, let's say I have like Flash and Ghost, right?
Yep.
When my ghost or flash is on cooldown, I swap that to like heal or exhaust or barrier or whatever. If my flash and ghost are up, I won't swap them. I'll just like keep them. But then like that way you just always have like an extra combat sum for fights pretty much.
Yep.
Um
Do you think it's okay to take a ship recall to get your rod
yeah, I think
like as
if
soon as possible? Like if
mm,
it's a shit recall.
I'd say like it depends how shit I guess we're
Yeah.
talking. Like I
Because
think most of the
you'll see
time.
this game. It wasn't that bad. It crashed one wave, I think.
Yeah, I would say it's like it's fine to do that, but it's only fine to do that if you can't find a better base. You know, like if you're
Yeah.
just basing instantly and like not thinking about it,
I also had TP. So,
yeah, yeah, that like makes it a lot easier. But anyway, we'll get into the early game
yeah.
stuff. Spellbook I think would be like,
Yeah. No, spellbook sounds better, but I don't know how to use it, so I didn't
yeah,
take it.
I think it's like looking at this game, like there's like a lot of melee champions, so like Ghost
Yeah.
gets quite a lot of value, like of just kiting these champions. Like Phase Rush is decent too, but Phase Rush takes a while to kind of come online. Like early game is
Yeah.
just so
Also,
trash.
I was turning on my music at the start, so I was trying to
That's all
find a
good.
song. Yeah.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay, so for your starting item, like tier is definitely the greedy option. Like if
Yeah.
you can get away with tier, that's good. Now I think Brand with Ignite has like enough poke that you might want to go corrupting part, but
Yeah.
like if you can get away with tier, I think that's fine. Just I would be like, I don't know. If you're not sure how the matchup's gonna go, I would just start corrupting part. But I think you can, yeah, I don't know. You can maybe get away with
Yeah.
tier.
Minions
I
I
have
don't
think I
know.
get away with it. When I say bad, I mean like I was really passive. Like I didn't
Yeah,
really
okay.
like I didn't die, but I didn't. Um. Well, I died to a gank, but
Yeah.
um. But that's because I didn't ward properly. Or I didn't ward at all.
Mhm. Okay, so first thing is like when you're playing Ryze, a lot of
Yeah.
your pressure comes just from pushing the wave. Like Ryze isn't very
Yeah.
good at trading because obviously people can just like stand behind the minion wave and it makes it quite hard to kind of do anything. So most of the time as Ryze, you're going to be wanting to push the wave, which means like if you're just
Yeah.
like AFKing a level 1, you'd much
Yeah.
rather be on the wave, like auto
Yeah.
attacking it already. And also your E is like pretty cheap
I
and it's basically an
yeah.
auto attack. Like
I
you
started
can,
I started E here
yeah, I think
because
E
I
is
wanted to
good.
shove it.
Yeah, 100%. So
Yeah.
like, you know, it just doesn't really like make
But I
sense.
forgot.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
forgot
It's
what I
like your
did.
full mana and like you have the
Yeah.
cooldown. Like you can just think of it as like an auto attack almost,
Yeah.
like early on.
Like I was like, okay, I can't really W
Yeah,
brand,
yeah.
so um.
Okay, also it seems minor, but like if you
Yeah.
like you kind of want to be putting your auto attack like on cooldown almost. So like
Yeah.
unless you're like actively dodging an ability, you want to just be like, you know, see how you
Auto
have like a
attacking.
little bit of like dead
Yeah.
time. Like this could be maybe like one extra auto. This could be maybe like one extra auto, and then like that's all gonna add up to not having control of this
I,
wave.
yeah. I think I realized it, and I started doing it because I remembered a video you said. So I
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like,
I think I started doing it.
yeah, if you're scared as well of like taking too much damage, that would be a sign like you need
Mm.
corrupting pot. You
Well,
know, like
also, for me, Udyr is a mental block
oh, really?
character. Yeah,
Okay.
the new one, it just I hate it.
Okay, it's like pretty
Yeah,
chill for Ryze. Like you can always just like
yeah.
EWM and walk away pretty much.
I think I
But yeah,
died
we'll see.
because he unstoppable me.
Okay, actually, this is something I
Yeah.
didn't see. So if you ward at level 1 like
I
this,
can't
it's
ward
gonna
for a
leave
game.
you very
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Okay.
Because, so like normally what you do is if you, so there's kind of like, okay, let's make a little warding thing here. So what people normally do is there's like, okay, so at first, like at level 1, you check to see like where they start. So if we
Yeah.
just like, you know, we play this, you can just like look at which side leashed. Let's just like look at the map here.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually
I think
faked it, maybe? Oh, okay, so Aurelia started in lane, bot lane leashed. So we
Yeah.
know that Udyr started red, and what that means is like as long as you stay on this side of the lane, there's like no way Udyr can come from red to all
Yeah.
the way of top side in like a pretty long time.
I
So
was standing there because I warded it.
yeah, I mean I guess that makes sense, but
Yeah.
it's just you're gonna have like a vulnerable period of like
Yeah.
yeah, so like level 1, check to see where they start, hug opposite side, and then at 2 minutes 30, like ward the opposite side. So like
Yeah.
if they start on red, just like hug here and then like ward here at 2 minutes 30, or like ward here, just like somewhere up here. And this keeps you safe until around 4 minutes. And then at 4 minutes you get your second ward. And then you can like
Ah.
you can normally ward the original side because by then it's like, you know, like 2:30, they should be up here. They clear all this. By around 4 minutes, they should be back on this side. But like this doesn't matter
Yeah.
too much as long as you like hug to it. But if you do these three things, it keeps you safe early game from pretty much everything. The only exceptions are maybe like
Graves, Italy, things
yeah,
like
some
that.
stuff that can like
Yeah.
jump walls or some like
Kindred.
real cheese stuff. But for the most part, that's gonna
Yeah.
keep you safe. Okay, this is fine.
I took Q. I'm not. Should I have taken Q here?
I think like you should think about like what your jungler's doing. Kind of like most of the time you can just take Q, but like let's say Lee Sin were like you know on Raptors like close to
Yeah.
mid, I would probably take W. But I think 90% of the time you can just take Q seconds.
What's the argument for starting W first?
Well, if you start W, it's like a much better trade because you can just
Yeah.
like W auto attack them. That's like point and click, and
And
it
it
does
deals a
like
lot
more
of
damage.
damage,
Yeah.
right?
And also can like slow them, so maybe you can get an extra auto afterwards. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think versus ranged, well, depends what range champ you're versus. Like Brand's not really a champ that you can just like run at and press W because you're gonna take too much
Yeah.
damage in return. If you were versus like maybe Talia, where you could W and then get back behind your creeps before you
Okay.
took too much damage, like it could work. But yeah,
Oh, did I miss this one? No, I got it.
11 out of 12 is pretty decent. Happy with that.
Yeah. The one I missed was in the first wave.
Yeah, so like this is like a Udyr should be topside like now,
Yeah.
but it's kind of scary just because this is where like normally you'd place your ward to like confirm and then you'd like have this safety. Now if like Udyr is doing something weird, like say he did like 3 camps mid, you probably wouldn't die, but you would lose like a lot of pressure, right? Like you'd lose all your health
Yeah.
and then
I
you'd
think
kind of
he ganks me from top,
yeah, that makes
Like-
sense.
like right now. I walk backwards because I don't know where he is. It might be next time. I have no
Yeah.
mana, but I have cookies.
Yeah,
So- such
that's
too.
kind of another thing. So you should like think about whenever you like push away, right? Like whenever you get
Yep.
priority, you kind of want to do something with it because if you don't, you're just giving your opponent kind of like safety and free farm. You know, like when the wave is under their tower, they can't do anything, which is great, but also
Should I?
they just like farm and they can't be ganked. So if you use all your mana here to like push this wave, you're probably looking to either like base and buy Dark Seal, or you're using like the wave to go in and ward, because like instead what happens is like sure
I
you
think I had
get
a-
prior.
I think I had a ward up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you've got all this prior, but you have nothing to do with it. So all you've really
Yeah.
done is like waste your mana, you know? And like
Okay,
in general
yeah.
on Ryze, like pushing 3 waves and instantly basing is like very common. Like most mid laners can't really do this because their wave clear is just like too weak. But like if you blow up that cannon wave and then like base Darkseal or base Boots, like any of those, like those
Yeah.
are all really, really solid buys. And I think staying here,
I think I
it's
died
like,
because not died, but I
yeah,
think I survived the first gank and he wasted my flash, and then I see oops, what was I gonna say? I think I shove out. I try to back after this. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
yeah. So I think,
I don't die to this one.
yeah, the reason I think this happens is like one, like not having a ward up here at this time, and two,
Yeah.
like you're kind of pushing and not doing a whole lot with it. And I mean, to be honest, there just like isn't that much you can do with it. And like also you've stayed in lane on low mana for like a really long time. So
I thought biscuit would be enough because it's based on your missing.
yeah, biscuits just like don't really sustain that much. Like the main reason people actually take biscuits on Ryze is literally just because it gives extra max mana, which is like extra damage. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
biscuits, they're kind of a scam. Like they kind of suck, but
Okay.
yeah.
No, I think I don't remember. Was it LS that said they suck?
I don't know.
Trying to
I think a lot
remember.
of people think they
Yeah.
suck. They're sometimes good. Okay, so anyway, I think like again, you got punished for the ward thing, so that's like kind of good because like, you know,
Yep.
now you can see how you fix
Yep.
that. I think like wasting like mana to okay, it's more like if you push and can't do anything with it,
Then
it's like
don't.
probably bad, but also like a lot of the time you will want to just push with autos and like save your mana for when you really need to push, right? Like a lot of people will just like spam auto the wave because it's free, and then when they really need priority, that's when they'll start like dumping all their mana on the wave, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of like be a bit more
So
efficient with
like
that.
when an objective's up.
Yeah, or like if your jungle's
Yeah.
looking to invade, or if like you really need to
Yeah.
base, something like that. It's probably bad. I think also just like this is like more a conceptual thing, but being on the map like when you can't pressure it, like kind of feels bad.
To just like no. What if you just hide or something, or you
Yeah,
like walk
you can
down
do
and
that,
see-
but I just mean like okay, at this point after you've used all your mana like this, it's like okay, maybe after this wave as well. It's like, can we really do anything on this mana? Like even if we hide in fog or
Yeah.
if we do anything, it's like
Yeah.
we're just not threatening. Like we just can't do anything. So it'd probably be better at this point to just TP back, I think. Like ideally you kind of stay until you get Catalyst or something, but like you kind of just can't. And I think that's what happens here. So if I were to like give you like an early game plan, it would be something like this. It would be like so like slow push waves like 1 and 2 with autos. Fast
Yeah.
push like wave 3 with mana, and then base, and then try like save TP if you can. I can show you this
Yeah.
like in a practice tool after, just to kind of make it make more sense. And then just like come back to lane, and TP back when you have Catalyst. So actually what I'll do, I'm going to close this replay and quickly just show you what I mean, just so it's like really clear. Because I don't know if that makes
Yeah.
sense, but...
Is it the same as top lane? Because I used to do this top, I think.
Yeah, kind of.
Not on Ryze, but I used to play Fioris. I'd always have wave, and I used to 3 crash into like a 3-wave crash and do it back.
Yeah, you can pretty
all the
much
time.
do that. The only difference is that, like, if you're playing mid, you have to be, like, way more careful with, like, how you do the creep wave, because there's just, like, you know, the lane is quite short, and also if you base too late, you can, like, much easier lose a lot of creeps. And another thing is, like, if you base kind of at the wrong time, like, you might be basing when your jungler wants to pressure, so there can be, like, a couple bad things. But anyway, I'll like, just speed this up. So, forward.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Minions
Okay,
have spawned.
so creeps are coming. I'll just wait for them. So I'd like, yeah, I'd skill E level 1, and then at level 1 and 2, I'd be like, you know, maybe using E on the wave because it's pretty cheap. And like using my autos, and I'd also, if you can, like, you can't always do this, but if you can start the lane like up here, it's really good because you can auto attack before your opponent can even start. So I'd just be like, you know, making sure like I'm getting kind of control of this wave, maybe like slow pushing it, because like that way you can, I mean, you can just like match orders with your opponent, just trying to like let the creep wave kind of push itself. Like you don't need to use
Yep.
too much mana at this point unless like your opponent is auto attacking it like a lot.
Yep.
We can even crash this wave if you wanted to, but it's not going to make like a huge difference. But yeah, so like these, if you can like really slow push it, it makes it like easier to like use all your mana, but also it's like it can be risky. Like if you reverse, well, like yeah, if you were scared of like an Udyr early gank, like you really wouldn't want the wave to be super far up, you know?
Because I think from 3 onwards, Udyr can just kill me.
Yeah, if you don't have ward and like you don't have like EWQ ready, it can be pretty bad. So like this probably crashed sooner than I'd like, but then like as soon as this wave comes, it's like we want to base as soon as possible. So we just like walk up to the wave and
delete the kind of mod.
Yeah, we just like try and blow this up. You could even put 2 points Q if you were really worried about pushing it in time. So we just like, yeah, we just come up here. Obviously, like you'd have to be like more careful with like a jungler in a real game, but we just like clear that, and then we try and base. And if we can, like you could TP back here if you really had to, like if you're worried about missing creeps. But I think ideally you just like boots or dark seal or something, and then you just like basically you just like walk back to lane, and then you just like lane like normal, like until like you lane like normal until you have enough gold to get catalyst, and then just.
If the wave is pushing to me, should I let it push and just last hit?
It depends again, like if you want to use the priority for something. Like if you want to push and go ward, like that works too. If you want to set up a gank, like let it freeze on your side. I think just the main thing is like making sure you get these good bases. Like once you get enough gold, just base, come back and go catalyst. So this will probably be at like level 6. And then if you TP, you'll be in like a super good spot. Like your goal, I'll add it here. Like I think your early game goal is to hit like hit 6 with tier plus catalyst, and that way you're like really ready to just like pressure the map, you know, like once you've got points in Q and once you've got like the R skilled, it's like you can just delete waves and then it's like really easy for you to roam around the map, you know.
Could you start Sapphire Crystal for the fastest possible rod? Or
You
is that not
can.
worth it?
Yeah, no, you can. I would say it's not worth it, but the reason you might want to do it is if you're in a really difficult lane, sometimes you want to rush Catalyst like earlier because like your tier will pretty much get stacked in time. So if you're really worried about like dying early or just like getting poked out, you can start Sapphire, rush Catalyst, and then buy tier. But in my opinion, if you're in that sort of matchup, I would probably just start Corrupting Pot and then like tier Catalyst, but yeah.
Yeah.
Does that all like make sense?
No, it does make sense, yeah.
Okay, sweet. Go back to this replay.
It definitely makes sense. And this will be on YouTube, right? So I can watch it?
Yeah, I can upload it for you.
Yeah. I'm trying to only play a few characters in ranked, but like it's still a bit hard. I try though.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of has that. To be honest, like you know that the highest win rate is just to play like a few champs, but then you just really want to play something fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'll just, I don't know, lock Aurelia.
Yeah.
Even though you know what I mean, even though I suck at her, she's fun, so I want to click on her.
Okay, so
I TP here because he shoved the wave really fast.
I think you are forced into TPing here pretty much. I do think you should buy a pink. So pinks are sort of like overrated in a way, but just like because they can really easily just be like giving gold to your opponent basically. But they're really good here because like you don't have flash, so having extra vision is really nice. And also you're playing a champion with gank setup, so if you can ever control bushes, it like makes it way easier for Lee to gank for you.
I think any character with point and click CC can never be bad.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to have, isn't it?
Yeah, because like it's unavoidable.
Yeah, if they don't have cleanse, they kind of just like die at some point. But yeah, now I think you have enough mana to kind of do a bit more of like what you want. Let's see.
And I think Dragon was coming up, so just in case, I wanted to make sure my mid couldn't do anything about it.
Yep, nice ward. Yeah, like I mean, just like look how different like that priority usage is to the first one. Like this one, like sure your opponent is getting like free farm, but we're getting something like really valuable for it. It's like we get a really deep ward, so that's really good. And also you just have a lot more mana.
I think I missed a plate in this game somewhere.
A plate, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I said.
okay.
Miss a plate. No, just because I forget about it. I don't like hitting tower.
So this
Wait,
is
did I just avoid a gank? I didn't even realize.
yeah, so I think like this is quite scary because the wave is like pretty far up and you don't have flash. I think you can probably survive here with like phase rush if you just like EWQ and run away.
Yeah.
But yeah, like your ward is here. You just need to really make sure you stay in here like pretty much all times. Like I think like this is probably fine. I think this is quite scary.
Yeah.
Like you again, like you don't realize at the
Yeah.
time, but you know, if we go to all vision, like if
I
Udyr is
watched.
here or here.
No, I saw him top. We saw him top, but I didn't
Okay.
expect him to run at me in a straight line. So that was just my bad.
Yeah, I think here like Ryze is kind of, I mean, Brand's kind of like leaning you up.
Oops.
So this is
If I dodged his Q there, I think I live.
probably.
Yeah.
To be honest though, this is just like kind of a difficult situation of like the enemy jungler has flash and you don't.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like a punish from the earlier like warding stuff.
Yep.
So that's easily fixed. Okay, come back on the map.
I think I'm mechanically fine. I'm just a bit bad with my macro.
Yeah, there's like a lot to think about, to be fair.
Yeah. Like I think I could, like if my macro was not shit, I think I could hit gold really easy.
Mhm.
But well, there isn't really a mechanical requirement to hit gold, so
I think here is kind of like
Yep.
this is kind of weird. So this is another time where it might be really nice to have a pink because you have no trinket wards up, but you still don't have flash. So it would be really nice if you could like ward this or something.
Yep.
I think pushing this wave is honestly probably fine because you don't really have anything else to do anyway, and like you're not going to run out of mana. So pushing this is
Yep.
kind of good. I think if you're ever not sure like which side to pressure, try pressure the same side as your jungler. So I'll put this
Yep.
here, like try pressure towards jungler's side. Like I think here, if you walk up into this river, you shouldn't be scared of Udyr because you have like Lee right next to you.
Yep.
And it should make Aurelia feel like a little scared of you going up. I think like walking back here, if you're in really high elo, people might ping this that like Ryze is missing, but honestly like in lower elos, probably not. Like unless you like walk into the river, they're probably
Yeah.
not really gonna notice.
I often
Oh, he
get
actually did
people,
ping this thing.
Yeah, I often get people who ward for ward for rooms. Like
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain where it is. It's like in the middle of the two lines. I don't know, on the end of river, like right next to where I'm
Like
standing.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
and they would like where I'm standing, like in the middle where the
Oh, like these
parts-
things?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
between there. Yeah, like directly in the middle. Is that to stop rooms?
Yeah, like if you're against, there's like two reasons. It's like one, if you really want to freeze and you want to know what your opponent's doing, you can kind of like, let's say you freeze the wave here and then ward here. That tells you like if your opponent's basing or like you know, pretending to recall or like roaming or doing whatever. Or another one can be if you're against like global champions. So if you're against something like Galio or TF, having a ward like right here is really valuable because it's like if they're
Why?
walking up there, you know, top's vulnerable, and like if they're not here, they're probably on this side, you know?
Yeah.
So this can be really good. Okay, wave
My
shoved.
dogs.
All good.
Yep.
So this is kind of this is like another awkward.
I wasn't sure what to do, so I just stood in the bush.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty much all you can do. I think this is a really
Bad
awkward
shove.
situation because it's like top isn't in lane, jungle's recalling, and Udyr's down here, so feels like you can't really do anything. Yeah, I think you're probably right just to come stand here for a bit. Yeah, I don't think
No,
there's really much else.
I walked down to see if Udyr was on dragon, and he was. I'm trying to tether, but it's like it's hard to get. Like sometimes I just forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think here you probably could have done maybe a little bit more with this. So I think
Yep.
like standing topside is good for now because like Udyr could be here if he's not doing drag, but I think after you push this wave, it's like again same thing of like you can pretty safely enter river here, and if he is on drag, like you and Lee can probably kill him. But if you
Okay.
go like all the way back here, there's kind of nothing that can be done.
Yep.
So like here, I think yeah, take that control, and then yeah, you guys get control of river. So yeah, this looks really weird, by the way. The fact that like you're the one that has control of the wave, but Brand is the one who enters the river before you. Like that doesn't really make sense.
Should I have been there?
Yeah,
No,
I think.
I was scared that he was going to be in Pixel. That Udyr was going to be in Pixel waiting for me.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, like you can. I mean, I don't think it matters. Like if Brand is dealing with this and you have Lee this close, I think it should be fine.
Yeah.
And like again, you could wait for his stun and ult out. So yeah, I don't know. I would walk down here. I think you're fine.
I versed a Ryze, the one that made me want to play Ryze actually, and he would really pressure me under tower, and then he'd just ult away when the jungler came.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, but I can never get it to work.
It's fine. It's fine.
Cool.
Okay, so this went pretty well.
I think he dies.
Okay. So yeah, I'd say this went pretty well. I think it goes a lot better if, you know, you're the one here first and that's just like nice and easy, but like this is definitely what Ryze wants to do, so I think you're doing the right thing here. I also really like the kite back. I think if you were really Chad about it, you could probably run this way instead, but I think like using the phase rush move speed to kind of just like create distance from Brand here, it's not bad.
I thought he was gonna shoot the people on top of his head,
Yeah.
and not me.
Okay, nice ult as well. That was a really good ult. Yeah, okay. So I think that was like all really good. In fact, that's like kind of interesting because it's like what you said, like your skirmish execution, like slash mechanics there was like honestly like pretty good, but you kind of like fucked yourself at the very start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, come mid, shove this in. Okay, now what I would probably do here is I would be a little greedy. So what I would do, I would probably walk here and base here, and that way I can like cancel my base if someone comes, but also I can like base right now and buy catalyst. So
yeah, you know what you're saying is it fucks me over. You'll see it. It fucks me over a little bit.
Yeah, I think
like
yeah,
I start,
now
and
you're
then I
kind
realize,
of
and then I have to,
now it's tough because it's like you have to give up a whole wave, which
I realize I start walking back because
Yeah.
I had 2 cookies. I think.
yeah,
at
you
this
have
point.
TP in 20. I think you do just go back mid here.
Yeah, I realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this isn't too bad since you've got TP. I think you just like clear another wave and then base TP probably.
So I noticed this Brand just kept throwing his W's at me.
Here, I think you can just kill this guy if you flash
Really?
EW him. Yeah, if, like
Oh, yeah.
actually this guy has ult.
But no, if I press E and then flash, does it automatically do it?
Yeah, like if
When I get in
with
range?
E, I know it does with W. I'm honestly not sure if it does with E, but what I would probably do is like bounce an E off this and then just flash W him, or like you could just flash EW him. Like he doesn't have flash, so like he is pretty dead to be honest. Yeah, like I think you got the mark on him here. If you just like flash W, Lee can like close the gap, especially if you give him a W, or he can just flash. Like
Wait,
there's a lot of ways.
Does he have a ward?
Does the Lee?
Does
Yeah,
Lee
he
have a ward?
does.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I should have then.
So that should be
he could
a
have
pretty
W'd
easy
in.
kill. Yeah, just as another like general, this is getting a bit crowded, but like Ryze Sin is actually like a really common like mid jungle in competitive. Like that's
Why?
just because like Lee brings tons of damage and Ryze brings the CC. Like you always try pick Ryze with the champ that like Ryze Graves is another one that sort of works because again like Graves' weakness Ryze doesn't have CC, but Ryze like it works completely fine.
Graves
So
is who I play when I'm jungling. When I get put jungle.
if the enemy mid doesn't have flash and you have like ganking jungler like can kill with like flash EW, like flash EW 99% of the time. It's a lot easier if you're on comms, but see if you're not, like it can still work. Now I do think
All my friends are better than me, and I don't want to get. And it's like my ego hurts. I don't want to get boosted. So
fair enough. I
Yeah,
can
and all
I can
my-
respect that.
all my friends are better than me, so I don't want to play with them.
Okay, so we get the base off. We save our TP, which is pretty nice. Here, I'd probably just, again, I'd sell this biscuit. It still gives you the mana,
Yep.
the max mana, and then just buy pink. Is this your pink,
Yeah.
actually? I'm not sure.
I
think that might be
no,
Lee's
no, it's not
pink.
my pink. I didn't want. I told Lee that I thought it was warded because Brand was backing off.
Yeah.
So I thought it was warded, but I thought he like warded in the corner, like in the side of the bush. And I don't think that pink ward picks it up.
Not if it's on the very edge. Okay, pushed away. Okay, so this is pretty good. So Aurelia just died topside, so there's probably not much point walking up here. I think you just like come in bot side, get another ward somewhere. Okay, so I think that ward doesn't really do anything for you. Like I think it's much better just to be here. Okay, fair enough.
Well, not a misclick, but like a like I just like force like a habit, like a bad habit.
Yeah, okay.
Like I didn't like think about putting it there.
Yeah, because I think like here, or even where you're standing now, are all like way better.
Yeah. I just wanted to pressure bot lane for a dive just in case, because they were pushed in.
Yeah, you should be a little careful here, to be honest, because I don't think this looks like a dive to me. Because
no, I'm not going to dive. I just want to like be off the map, like so they can't see me. Like,
yeah, I mean, like it's like better than nothing. I think like there's like a plate opportunity here.
This is where I missed the plate. Yeah.
You just like for me, if I were looking at this, I would be like, you're going to a lane with like very little CC and you don't know where Udyr is. So like if you're just like consciously like, okay, I'm just gonna pressure but not dive, I think that's like fine. Like maybe they don't realize that they're safe, because like actually I think they would have seen Lee top, but yeah, I would just be a bit careful here. I think my goal would be like ward and then just like get back to mid. Also, another thing is like if you can't really get much done with the prior, like let's say all we can do is ward, what you can do is actually just come back to the wave early, and that way you can push the next wave really early. You know, like if you ward here and you're already here by now, you can be like hitting this and you can probably have it cleared by about now, I'd say. But instead, like you're just starting, so you could leave a lot quicker.
Oh, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, if you hit this earlier, like, you can leave a lot quicker, and then, like, Brand has less time.
I also could have gotten plate.
Yeah, that works too. Okay, so it's all good. I mean, at least CS is, like, pretty solid. Happy with that. Okay, yeah, cannon waves on Ryze feels so good.
Yeah.
Actually, just so good.
Even if it's bad to shove it, I feel like I have to.
Yeah. No, I think, like, by now, there's no reason not to shove waves anyway.
Oh, no, I just meant, like,
Oh, just, like, early game.
Like when a cannon comes, I have to shove it. It's like...
Alright,
it just feels so good.
Okay, so I really like this. This is, like, leaning into bot side. I think here I would probably be thinking, like, okay, Lee and Udyr are, like, both here. I'd probably go to this bush and, like, be ready to ult to this fight if something happens. Like, I think walking back mid here when, like, a fight is kind of looking like it's gonna start is sort of strange. Like, yeah, this just doesn't really make sense. Like,
yeah, no, I wasn't looking, but I need to look at my lanes more.
Yeah.
As well.
I think, like, I would just be looking at my jungler and being like, okay, like, the play is probably bot side, given that my jungler is bot side, so you could just, like, yeah, it's just, like, if you make plays with your jungler, it's just, like, way easier, especially when you're playing, like, a setup champ, like Ryze, you know, like, Ryze doesn't bring a ton of damage early, but he does bring, like, CC, and I guess, like, yeah, I don't know, decent amount of damage, but it's mainly, like, the root. So, like, if you're here and you just, like, ult into this fight, or if, like, you'd maybe even... I mean, to be honest, you might have had time to walk all the way down. Okay. Your team won anyway, so, like, that's great. But I think conceptually, just, like, getting in the habit of, like, trying to pressure towards jungler's side is pretty important.
This is what I mean by it was, like, a free game. My bot lane was just winning.
Yeah, they just smashed them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, like, a niche situation of, like, because you know Udyr died bot, even though your jungler's bot, if you wanted to, you probably could look top, but if I were looking at this as like a 10 kill, I mean, sorry, a level 10 Aurelia versus level 7 Shogat, like, I would not go here. But in some games, like, if this were more even, you could maybe, like, kind of cheese a play top here, but not this game, probably. This is all good.
I think Cho'Gath is one of the strongest 2v2s in the game, with most chance. I think Cho'Gath is a really strong 2v2.
Yeah, he's got CC and a lot of damage. I'm a big fan of Cho.
He gave it to me. He was pinging me to come
Yeah,
grab
that was
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd say like your early game here, you should be like reasonably happy with the outcome. Like you've got 3 assists, you've only died once, so you've had like a fair amount of impact. But I think we could definitely have had like quite a bit more.
Yeah. No, that's what I struggle with, early impact as well. Because I find a lot of my games are always won or lost before.
Hmm.
And I think that's definitely... Oh, yeah, that wasn't watered? No
This
way.
guy's...
No, okay.
That was very interesting, but okay, that's good.
No, I didn't realize that wasn't... I didn't realize I walked over a ward here. Well, I should know that's my ward. How did he know? It wasn't watered.
Does he have any vision up to it? Let's have a look.
No, I don't think
Blue.
so.
Oh,
he
this
does.
is watered. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Oh, he probably thinks it's just you.
I didn't see it because my portrait was over the ward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he's surprised when 3 people come out of there. Okay, so that's really good though. You guys secure drag. You don't have to go mid-wave, so hitting dragon makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this is all really good.
I think I miscounted.
Happens.
Yeah. Do I kill him if I just EW? Well, I can probably get him low enough for the next time to kill him. If I just EW, if I W him.
Probably. I think it's like sort of difficult to trade versus Brand though, just because like Ryze has to like stand still to cast, and like then you just get stunned. So you have to be like really careful. I mean, I like what you're doing here. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. Like if he's used cooldowns here, you probably could. But honestly, like I'd be down for you to like maybe help, just like maybe hide on this, or fighting towards your jungler works too. I think just like playing back like this doesn't really do much though.
What is Brand's W cooldown at like default?
I don't know, like 12. I actually have no idea. I don't. Let's have a look. What's it right now? With 5 points at 6. Okay.
What's it at level 1?
Yeah, let's have a look. Brand lol. Oh wait, this is the wrong site. Fandom.
I'm trying to learn cooldown timing
Brand
because
is 10.
I think I know a lot just because I play this game too much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I know most of the meta mids, but I do not know Brand. Like I definitely
I don't know mid cooldowns, but I'm pretty sure I could tell you top cooldown. Well, not like exactly, but I could say if they're like long, short.
Yeah, as long as you have like a ballpark. To be honest, that's like the most important, rather than knowing the exact amount.
Like if Aurelia fucks up her Q, she's useless. And I know Cho'Gath Q is 6 seconds, I think, at all ranks. And the only reason you upgrade it is for damage.
Okay, pushes in. Yeah, this is all like really good. I think now
I tell them I'm typing here, bot keep mid or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to base.
No, next wave. No, it's next wave.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's really good. You have TP in 30 seconds. Okay, now here I would probably buy boots. So getting boots, like a lot of Ryzes actually rush tier 2 boots even before Rod of Ages. It's up to you whether or not you want to do that. It just gives you like more roaming power at the cost of like more AP. I
feel like it delays my Rod too much.
Yeah, like it can definitely be worth it, I think, but if you're not getting much out of it, then like the Rod is definitely the easier way to go.
I would have gone Merc Treads if their team was more fed. Like if the game was harder, I probably would have gone Merc Treads this game. But
I think honestly you could maybe consider like Ninja Tabi here, or like Steel Caps or whatever they're called, just because like we have like Aurelia, Uzier, Kai'Sa, like it could work.
Here I see Cho'Gath dying, so I just walked up because I think he has to recall. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's kind of good to walk here anyway, because like you can't really go to the bot wave. It's like miles away.
And then my ADC's mid.
Cho'Gath should probably base. I don't know why he's like ideally you stay here and Cho'Gath goes bot, but
I mean it's silver.
Yeah.
I shouldn't expect people to play well. You know, like I shouldn't expect them to be bad, but I shouldn't expect them to be playing well either.
Yeah, as long as you like adapt to whatever he's doing. Like I think what you do here is fine. Like you're still getting CS. This I think though is quite bad. Like okay, so this is fine. Once your team is starting Herald though, you need to at least be like you know, you just need to be like starting to look at this because they're probably gonna fight it. So like, yeah, the way you're walking right now is fine. I think the fact that they're engaging, like you need to just be like ignoring this wave and running here probably.
Yeah.
Okay. By now though, it's definitely too late. So you should, like now, I would probably run bot if I'm honest. Is that what you do? Okay, nice. I like that.
I think so.
Yeah, that's good. That fight was like kind of over.
I think we'll start. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is. Let's see. How much gold do you have? I have 1.3. Okay, you have TP. Yeah, okay, no, I think that's fine. As long as you TP back. Come hit to rag. Is this your ward, by the way? Okay, I'm not sure when you placed it, but normally the best wards, like when you're split pushing, are like ward here and then like pink here, or you can even like pink here, ward here. Just like by the time you see someone on this ward, it kind of is just too late, and it's quite hard for you to pressure if you don't have this warded, because if you do, you can always ult out pretty much in time, but you know, you run the risk of like Nautilus, okay, of Nautilus showing up right there and like,
I just die.
Now it's too late.
Oh, wait, do I live? No, I live.
Yeah, you lose flash.
No, I die.
Which
No, I die. No, I think I agreed for this tower because it's so low. Well, no, I don't die. No, I remember being surprised that I get out here.
Okay, yeah, good hustle. I think the ward makes it like 10 times easier. Okay, Zonya third. Yeah, I like it. They've got quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, no, because I thought Udi is probably gonna Prowler's Claw me and then stun me, so I just want to get it.
So once again, same ward place, doesn't do anything. Like if you're worried about walking up to here, try wait for them to show on waves. Like, you know, they might show mid to farm, or they might show on the bot wave that you push into farm, and then you can go ward it.
I think I was scared they were camping in the bush for me, but I could just throw my Q in there.
Let's see, because I think like, okay, at this point, yeah, like what I'd probably do here, I would literally wait. I'd probably just like stand where you are right now, wait for them to push mid, wait for them to show on this bot wave, and then you can get the ward.
Also, I have a 4-level lead on Kai'Sa.
Yeah, that's pretty
She's
insane.
so far behind. I think I can just one-shot Kai'Sa at this point as well.
Yeah, like here, if again you could hold it, like they're gonna show mid here. And yeah, so like they all show, you could probably ward. It just makes it a lot easier. But I think you're doing the right thing. It's just like not really optimized, you know?
Not safe.
Yeah.
Like I'm not making it safe.
Okay, yeah, you can probably just like one-shot Baron. Nice. Good call.
Baron wanted Neolithic combat. I told him I'm level 16. Please kill it.
Okay. I mean, you like one-shot him, so this is really good, but I do think the combo is kind of bad. So normally what people do in this situation is you just open with E, and then you just like wait half a second, like for the cooldown to be like a little bit back, and then you just W, Q, E, Q.
Okay, so it comes back up, so you get the root, and then it comes... Okay.
Yeah, basically, like, you get the root, and it guarantees an empowered combo. Like, you literally just E, and then just, like, wait half a second, and then just, like, W, Q, E, Q. Or you could even, like, if you wanted to do the real long combo, like, W, Q... Or, sorry, you could even start with E, Q, W, Q, E, Q if you wanted to, like, really go crazy. But I just think if you, like... If you root him, and then you have an EQ, like, he's just dead. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, to be honest... Maybe it's just nitpicky, but it's gonna matter sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean it will matter. It's gonna be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have Zonya's yet?
Yep. Which one's me? The quality's so low, I don't remember.
Oh, is it low quality?
Well, it's a bitrate. The bitrate's going down a little bit.
Should I just... Let me restart it real quick. See if it...
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I couldn't even see which one was me.
Yeah, no, that would be problematic.
You can see every... No, when you stream, you can see every pixel. It looks like that.
Yeah, okay. Is it better now or what?
Yeah, it's really good now.
Okay, yeah. So, I think, like... Yeah, at the start, this is, like, really, really good. Nord's wasted hook already. I think flashing... for the Aurelia is
Oh no, I wanted to stun Udyr
okay, because I don't think like
because I think Udyr gets out.
I just think like both of these people are already just like useless to the fight. For me, the highest priority target is this Kai'Sa. This is like a squishy target that's like full damage and it's like getting to free hit. Like in my mind, if you just like flash EWQ and then like chase her, she can't really do anything. But if you put like all these damage into the tanks, like okay, the Kai'Sa kind of just like kills herself, but
Yeah, is this like the target
yeah,
priority
yeah.
kind of
I don't
thing?
really think the fight's losable anyway, but I just think the target priority it doesn't make like a ton of sense. I think yeah, just like the Kai'Sa's way higher priority. Okay, push the wave in. Definitely an overstay.
I die, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'd be looking at here is just like look where your teammates are. So like Lee is like in his jungle. Senna's already based, and like they've all respawned. So at best, this is like a 3v5, and you're like trying to hit the tower, which is it's. I mean, to be fair, you almost killed this guy, but you also give over a ton of gold to whoever kills you. So yeah, I'd say, let's see, where's the notepad? I think this is like
Udyr is the worst person to give the
mid-game,
gold to.
like trying to keep track of like what teammates are doing, just like, you know, where are they on the map.
I found a lot of the criticism right now is from just looking at my teammates, like where the jungler is. Like,
Yeah.
Like what can they help if they? You know what I mean, like can they? Are they able to? And is it and should they, as well?
Yeah.
Because I find
just being aware of them, I think, just goes like a long way.
Yeah.
Hey, this looks good. Like I think here it's like pretty difficult for you to reach the back line, so I think this is all good. Brand's a pretty high value target as well, so.
So if you can't, oh, Brand just killed himself. I don't know why he flashed that, but I think game's over.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could maybe ult onto Kai'Sa here, given that like you have Zhonya's and like you probably can't die. In fact, that probably is better, but like this is fine too, right? Like I don't think this is bad.
Also, what's the reasoning by when people don't take ult at level 6? Why is that? It doesn't sound.
I don't think anyone does that anymore, at least to my knowledge. Like I always take ult level 6 just because it's. I guess like maybe the only reason would be if you're like both 1 HP and you want to put a point on W or something just to like flash W them. I don't know, because like just the fact that because the reason they made this make your Q do more damage was because people wouldn't take it, you know.
I wasn't even touching my keyboard when I left the stream.
On this?
No, for some reason it left the stream and I didn't even have my hand on my mouse on the keyboard.
Maybe it kicked you out.
No, I'm back.
Alright. So yeah, that is I think the game is pretty over, to be honest.
I was trying to farm for Rabadon's here. Just trying to get it.
Magi is very alpha.
Well, I thought there's no way into the enemy team that I lose any stacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah.
I think this is all pretty whatever, honestly. I guess we'll watch the last fight and see what happens. Okay, so she's just like caught out.
I mean,
I like the ult.
Game just over.
Yeah. Okay, this is another like minor thing, and it doesn't affect this game at all, but normally like rooting tanks isn't super worth it, and instead you can just use it to bounce your E again. So like rather than Wing him here, I would just like E off him, so like it's already got an E, yeah, and just like E again and then Q, and that way you get like a 3-man Q here, and then you can probably EQ again afterwards. So like you actually did get a 3-man bounce, but I think you could have got 2 of them probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could overplaying like this, could playing the game too much be a problem?
I mean, maybe in the sense of like, if you're just autopiloting games and not really like taking anything away from them, it's sort of like a waste of time, but I don't really think it's ever like detrimental.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's never bad, but it can be not good.
Yeah, I guess it can just be like completely useless, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever like better than, or yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I guess like it's mostly fine.
I mean,
I suppose like if it were really destroying your like will to improve, like if you just didn't want to play the game anymore because it was too
Yeah.
tilting, I guess then it would be bad. But yeah, I
mean,
think for the most part it's fine.
I can't resist the urge to play this game.
I mean, you can always like play
Yeah.
norms or something instead, right? Or
Well,
like playing a smoke.
when I play norms, I just play with my friends, and I think all my alt accounts are higher than my main. I have 2 accounts, and they're both higher than my main.
Not really.
Yeah, not by much, but they are higher than my main.
Okay, so I think that is pretty much everything. So let's see. So to work on, I think just like in general, like keeping track of teammates is pretty big. I think in early game,
Yep.
like having a plan is really important. Just like, you know, again, like those first 3 waves, like what your bases are going to be, like that sort of stuff. I think warding will save you like quite a few deaths and flashes. I think priority usage, like, and I also think, actually, priority usage, yeah, these are probably the main things from at least from this early game. Just like it feels a lot of the time the priority is just like wasted or just like you're kind of going to the wrong side. Like, yeah, maybe playing towards
Also,
jungler.
I've kind of walked away from the AP melee mid laners.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't feel right for me
Okay.
anymore. Like I was trying them for a little bit, but I just can't make them work. It's not for me, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think Victor is still a staple.
Oh yeah, we can
I like
definitely
to
have a look
play.
at that.
Yep.
I think I'll put like first 3 waves as
Yep.
well, just like slow pushing waves 1 and 2, hard push wave 3 into base or whatever. Like basically whatever you want to do, as long as you like have something ahead of time that you're planning to do rather than just like, you know, doing it on the fly. I think that's good. I think what else do we have here? I guess like, yeah, I'd say like experiment with spellbook. Like that could be
Yep.
something you start doing, because I do think it is quite a bit better. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about it a bit more, but you know, you could try and see how it feels.
Yeah, it sounds better. I didn't know. I wasn't sure how I should be using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think these are definitely the main things. Like early game is for sure the biggest thing. Like I would have a big focus of just like really trying to perfect the first like 10 minutes of the game.
Yep.
And just like trying to iron out like the bases, the waves, like what you're doing with your priority. If you want to like kind of like review yourself, what I would do is like I would just like click on yourself like this and speed through it. And every time you push a wave, like after a wave dies, just like pause and be like, you know, could I have done anything
Yeah.
more, or like did I waste my time, like that sort of thing. I think that can be good for learning. Yeah, other than that,
Should I
maybe
look
the
at every
warding.
death?
Up to you. Like I think
I think
the problem with
warding.
doing that is like a lot of the time when lower elo players do that, they take away the wrong thing. You know, like for example, if
Yep.
when Udyr ganks you mid, you were like, oh, I just like I'm not saying you said this, but for example, if you'd been like, okay, I just can't push into Udyr, when in reality it's just like, you know,
Yep.
the ward
ward.
timing screwed everything up. And I think that's quite hard to
Okay.
see as a lower elo player, but I mean like
Yep.
if you want to look, you know, there's no harm really. Just be like careful, I guess, what conclusions you take away from things.
Yep.
Okay, well, do you have
Yeah.
any other like questions about anything here?
I think you've answered every question that I've had.
Okay, so I'll copy this to you, and then yeah, I can upload it
Yep.
and send it to you as well. And obviously, if you have like questions later, you can message me or whatever.
I'm just gonna pin it.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, sweet. Well, I think that is
I think that's
everything.
It, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff to work on.
Yeah, definitely like take your time before you get another one or anything, because we don't want to come back and like talk about the exact same stuff.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
Yep.
Oh, good luck. It was nice to talk to you and everything.
You too.
All right, see you later.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.